The glitch is the crack. Wisdom lies only in truth. The glitch is the fiat system. The glitch is the scam, so deeply embedded in the fabric of daily life that most can't even see it. It's an economic Truman Show, designed to be too real to question, where the actors don't even know they're acting. The fiat illusion is glitching so hard that people mistake the distortion for reality, clinging to a system that is collapsing in real time. All my Bitcoiner friends are so smart. But is it because they understand money or because they see the scam? Does seeing the scam make them smart? Or were they smart to begin with? And that's why they see it? This is the twist we're living. Imperception itself is being inverted. Those who question the system are ridiculed, while those who blindly trust it believe that they are enlightened ones. We are in the age of glitches. The money is fake, the economy is rigged, elections are illusions, the news is a simulation. The institutions we were taught to revere are crumbling under the weight of their own contradictions. The real is breaking through, and those who have trained their minds to spot deception are the ones navigating this transition with clarity. Like Truman, we have reached the edges of our reality. The cracks in the sky are visible. First glitch. The first Austrian economist president turns out to be a shitcoiner. This is beyond funny. It is the tragedy we're all witnessing 24/7. Ding! The Truman Show and the nature of the glitch. The Truman Show wasn't just a movie, it was a warning. Truman Burbank lives inside a perfectly curated illusion, a fabricated world where every event, every crisis, and every relationship is part of a script. But when the glitches start, a spotlight labeled "Serious" falling from the sky, his car radio picking up surveillance chatter, his wife's jarring product placements, his world begins to unravel. He reaches the edge of his existence, where the horizon is nothing but a painted sky. There, he finds the exit. Christoph, the show's creator, tries one last time to keep him inside. Christoph, I am the creator of a television show that gives hope and joy and inspiration to millions. Truman, then who am I? This is a real question. When the system is exposed, when the illusions fail, who are you outside of it? Truman chooses the unknown. He steps through the door. We are at that threshold now. Ding! Doge and the collapse of the illusion. The Department of Government Oversight and Expenditure, DOGE, created under Trump's administration, was designed to expose the grotesque misuse of public money. The world Truman lived in was built to keep him complacent, just like the system we've been living in. Doge turned the cameras around. It revealed the siphoning of wealth, the funding of phantom agencies that manufacture crises meant to justify bloated budgets. For decades, people were told to trust the institutions. They were told that the national debt was just an abstraction, that government spending was necessary. That now, as Doge has begun pulling threads, the entire tapestry is unraveling. The fiat system itself is a glitch, a distortion of real value, a manufactured construct that demands faith without backing. It is designed to crash, to be reset over and over, while those who control it extract everything from those trapped inside. Glitch number 2. The norm is refusing to accept the government's massive waste because acknowledging it will mean that they have to upgrade their behavior. Ding! I'm inserting a link to Mike Benz about USA, Israel, Ukraine, and more from episode 44 of You Are the Voice. And there's a link to the YouTube and to Efrat's page. Ding! Between the idea and the reality. T.S. Eliot saw this moment long before it arrived. Quote, between the idea and the reality, between the motion and the act falls the shadow. End of quote. We have lived in that shadow, the space between what we were told and what is. The illusion of legitimacy, the performance of authority, the spectacle of control. But the shadow is shrinking. Kafka's The Trial was another warning. Joseph K., trapped in a system of meaningless rules, is put on trial without knowing the charges, prosecuted by an unseen force until he meets his inevitable end. The system is the punishment, his crime existing within it. But unlike the trial, the Truman Show gave us an alternative ending. Truman didn't submit, he walked out. Ding! Glitch number 3. The war is spiritual, but the attack is psychological. At the beginning of my book, I distinguish between nepma, spirit, breath, and psyche, soul. In this context, the soul must uncover what lies beneath the surface of the unconscious to truly master life on earth as an incarnating being, a life lived between two breaths, a spirit contained within material vessel. The war is spiritual, but the attack is psychological. An all-encompassing assault on perception, memory, and choice. The soul, psyche, is caught in the battlefield of conditioning, layered with illusions that obscure its purpose. Meanwhile, spirit, nepha, remains untouched, breathing in the background, waiting for the psyche to wake up. Quote, in Hellenic philosophy, the soul, psyche, and spirit, nepma, are distinct, each playing unique roles in human existence. The soul, or psyche, embodies an individual's essence, encompassing emotions, thoughts, and consciousness, and is the immortal core that carries personal identity and experiences across different stages of existence, shaping one's morals and emotional landscape. In contrast, the spirit, or nepma, represents the vital life force or breath that animates all living beings, a universal divine essence connecting all life forms to the cosmic source of creation, transcending individual identity. From my book, The Nature of My Reality, Saturn and the Moon, Inner and Outer Authority. End of quote. Most people are unaware of the glitch because they perceive only from the psyche, the program mind, the conditioned emotions, the reactive self. They don't question their choices, their fears, their financial enslavement, or the narratives they have been given. They believe in authority, institutions, and history because they do not recognize the program for what it is. Quote, mastering life on earth means understanding that we live between two breaths, between spirit and matter, between the illusion and the real, between incarnation and return. End of quote. Are you living from the psyche, the conditioned self, the character scripted by the system, or from the nepma, the raw, untouchable essence beyond perception, beyond control? And if you woke up today and realized it was all a program, would you still play the role? Ding! Awareness is a funky thing. Quote, security and my desire for creative expression, this period urges me to set healthy boundaries, embrace my self-worth, and find equilibrium between material needs and creative fulfillment. From my book, Awareness is Indeed a Funky Thing, The Nature of My Reality. Awareness doesn't arrive all at once. It glitches in. You see one thing, then another, then suddenly everything that seems stable is wobbling under the weight of its own contradictions. The moment you become aware that a system exists is the moment it starts to collapse in your perception. For a long time, I lived under a structure-defined reality, and then I started dissolving those forms. I stopped trying to fit inside something that was never designed for me. That process has been unfolding for months, if not years, and I can already see where it's going. I am stepping into something new, something undefined. The walls of my own construct have been breached. Dissolution is not an ending, it's an upgrade. Ding! Can we move toward a lighter field? Quote, the last time Saturn and Neptune met the 10 degrees of Capricorn in 1989, literally and metaphorical walls fell, dismantling divisive ideologies. We anticipate a similar dissolution as discerning truth amid a wave of delusion becomes increasingly challenging. From my book, Can We Collectively Move Toward a Lighter Field? The Nature of My Reality. End of quote. Saturn and Neptune conjoining at 0 degrees of Aries very soon is a moment of collapse, just as we've seen in 1917, 1953, and 1989. The Soviet Union didn't fall in a single night. It rotted from within, its foundations eaten away by the very system it tried to uphold. The Berlin Wall didn't crumble because of an explosion. It fell because people no longer believed in it. That's where we're now. The dissolution is happening rapidly, but most are still hypnotized, unable to recognize the nature of the glitch. Where we stand now. Saturn is on my Chiron. Chiron is on my Mars. Jupiter in Gemini squares Saturn. This is not abstract astrology. This is my upgrade. The kind of recalibration that doesn't just shift perspectives but rewires it completely. I am watching the forms dissolve, not in theory, but in real time. Structures that held authority, belief systems that were unquestionable, financial paradigms that people still cling to as if they were built on anything but air. Quote, and yet, in this dissolution, I ask myself, to what extent is anything real? Even Bitcoin, the hardest money I ever known, what if it isn't real? What if it, too, belongs to something else? What if the only thing that has ever mattered is that I made my own decision? If Bitcoin goes to zero, if everything resets, at least I acted in full responsibility for my choices. Because at the end of everything, when all the illusions collapse, human action is all that remains. We are leaving the shadow. The glitch is the crack. The door is open. Are you going to walk through it even if the door itself may not exist? Are you aware that there's an edge you can touch, a limit where everything you've been fed, the history, the economy, the politics, the structure of reality itself was nothing but a program? A construct designed to keep you playing a role. Do you need to question your own assumptions? Are you planning to exit the system or has the system already exited you? What will you choose? How are you making decisions right now? Ding! Rest in light, Robert Gilbert. Live a video of an incredible teacher who recently passed. He was a teacher of biogeometry, sacred geometry, Rosicrucians, really incredible human. He recently passed, so this is an honor to him. Okay, this newsletter, all the newsletters in February are free for everybody. I feel that there's a need for me to express many things before the eclipse season starts in March, as things are going to start getting even more tumultuous, even more weird. So I have no problem just having all this posts be open and no paywall. But as March comes in, I'll start putting posts behind the paywall. So it is what it is. Thank you so much and hope you enjoy a great week. I'll be coming back next week with the new moon in Pisces, which is going to be incredible. Bye bye.